Okay, I think we're on. I can see you drinking your water on my phone. So
I
we're
was
on live.
I was trying to get away with that.
It's okay. Listen, you gotta hydrate, right? That's part of living healthy.
I guess we should record this too, right? Or is it going to be recorded on Facebook? What do you
It's
think?
going to be recorded on Facebook, but if you want to edit it later for any reason.
All right, so let's record it. So you see me. Let's see if I see me. Okay, yay. Oh yeah, there I was drinking my water. So, good afternoon, Miss Anna. Thank you for joining me today. Good afternoon, Facebook. I hope that people are able to see us. Let's just see. This is new for me. I like new technology. Anna taught me how to use Zoom today in a very different way. And I just love learning new things. It like lights me up. So for those of you that are just popping in for the very first time, you've never seen me or Anna before, my name is Shilamita. Welcome to my page. Welcome to our workshop today on non-toxic living. We've got a lot of really exciting things to share with you, and actually like not so exciting, but also some scary things to share with you, because a lot of the things that we're going to talk about today, I'm sure that people don't know about, haven't really thought about. And I used to be like that too, but in the world that we're living in right now, it's really important to really start learning and understanding the ingredients of what they're putting into the products that we are then putting into our bodies. So first, I'd like to introduce Anna Truffle to you guys. She is amazing. She is one of my mentors, and I'm gonna let her introduce herself.
Thank you, Shilamita. Thank you for having me. My name is Anna Truffle, as Shilamita mentioned already. And I am, first of all, I'm a mom. And I have two beautiful daughters. And when you have kids, right, it kind of turns you on to be more aware of your surroundings. You want to do better for them. Because when you're on your own and you're just doing your own thing, yes, you might want to take care of yourself and invest into yourself. But when now you're responsible for somebody else's life, literally, you just become more aware. So I started my journey, my health and wellness journey a little bit before I had kids, but with the kids, it really amplified. And my oldest was having an issue with eczema. And it's something that we battled for almost 6 years. We went to all the specialists, we did all the diets, the elimination diets. We tried all the creams, all the solutions, prescription, non-prescription. The last prescription that was given to me, I'm a researcher and I always like to look things up, and I don't take anything at face value. So when the doctor gave me the prescription, I went home. I'm like, okay, before I fill this in, let me just take a look at the ingredients. What is this cream all about? Does it have any side effects? What is it? And the first ingredient came up as a known carcinogen. And I was like, wow, that just stopped me in my tracks. I said, okay, this is not okay. We got to do something different. There's got to be a different solution. There's got to be a product out there that will help my child, calm her eczema skin down, that I can use. And this is how I started looking just for the purest. I researched all the ingredients. I became an ingredient detective. And when I found a company with the products that really worked, I realized that it's not just, putting the cream on. It's everything that comes into contact with the skin, right? It's when I wash her hair, the shampoo runs down her body, right? It's when I wash her sheets or clothes, it's what she puts on. So we had to just go completely 100% non-toxic, not cleaner and better. Because at that point I was like, I was using method for, I think, BioClean for laundry detergent, and a method for cleaning products. And we were using Honest Company for her hair. And right now I call them Dishonest Company after I learned the ingredients that they put in. So when we switched everything to completely pure and 100% non-toxic, in 2 weeks, it started getting so much better. In 2 months, it was gone. So after 6 years, and this wasn't like some little eczema, right? She got bloody sores. This was very painful to watch as a mom. And when you're thinking you're doing everything right, I would go to Whole Foods and look on the shelves, and the cream, like this is one of the creams, right? Like the Baby Ganix. I don't know if you guys can see it, right? And it's like Baby Ganix, right? It's kind of like greenwashed almost in the name, like organics, and it's green, and it looks like, you know, it's such great packaging, and says extra soothing, neo-nourish seed oil blend, completely greenwashed. They have right here, there's a ton of really bad ingredients, but one of them is Phenoxinol, right? I can't even pronounce it. It's actually phenoxyethanol. Okay, so this ingredient is a neurotoxin. Just one of the things. It's a well-known, documented neurotoxin, and you guys can go and search for this. It just blew my mind, and I was like, oh my goodness, how is this possible? How are these products on our shelves?
Yep.
Why are they there? And I realized that in the United States, there is really no regulation. So it's up to us as consumers to do our own research, vote with our dollars, and protect our families, right? You need to be able to find products that are not greenwashed, that are truly clean. And it's very hard to do because there's absolutely no FDA regulation for personal care industry. So that's what started on my journey with just this ultra purist mindset, because I realized that with and body burden, I'm sure it's something we're going to touch on later, it really adds up. So it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I mean, there's the 80-20 rule, but the less what you have, if you can control what's in your environment, and the less of toxins that get into your body, the healthier you will be.
Totally. So for those of you that are just signing on Facebook, say hello to us. We are on Zoom, so we can't see your comments right now, but we will be in on the comments later. So drop any questions you might have, and we will definitely get to it. We have a lot of things to chat with you today. If you were catching me for the very first time, say hello. Let me know where you are coming from. I am here with Anna. Anna is an executive with Pure Haven. We are going to be talking all about non-toxic living today. The way that I started on my journey was a little bit different. I started on my journey trying to clean myself from inside out, right? I was severely obese. I had depression. I had anxiety. I didn't know how to eat right. I didn't have money to eat right? Or I thought I didn't have the money to do it. And so my journey started with food and learning about the dangers of gluten and dairy and gut health, and that even an avocado, being as healthy as it is, if you have a sensitivity to it, it's going to hurt you. So, you know, over the course of the last 11 years, I've really been studying nutrition and how people's body works, and the different things of how when we take things out, what happens. And then several years ago, my yoga teacher came to my office, and I was using the dreaded, beloved Bath and Body Works with the little beadlings. You know, I had them in every flavor, and I had extras. And she was like, why are you using that? And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, you know, 6 for $35. And I had a coupon or something like that. Obviously, I always have a coupon. So she was like, you know, it's a hormone disruptor. And I was like, it's a hormone disruptor? So it was the very first time that I heard it, or I should say it was the very first time that I was ready to hear it, right? Because when I was on food stamps, I was shopping at the dollar store. So I was buying my cleaning products, my bath and body, like I was buying stuff at the dollar store. So I can't even imagine the chemical shitstorm that I was living in, but by my outer appearance and what my mind was like, I mean, it should have been so obvious, but it's not, because we think that it's safe because it's in the store, right? We think a lot of things are safe because we're told that they're safe, but they're really not. And so several years ago, I got turned on to essential oils, and I switched over the soap in my house, the toothpaste in my house, and the cleaning products in my house. And oh my God, what a difference it made in my household. It was tremendous. But when I came upon Pure Haven, as clean as I thought that I was, I started doing the non-toxic swap, and I went into just my bathroom. I haven't even hit every room in this house yet, but just my bathroom, I took out an entire box of stuff. I am ashamed to say this, but I was still using Dove soap, and I had like, it was, this is the problem, is we get stuck in the brand recognition, right? And we put stuff on subscribe and save, so it's just showing up to our house, and we've always used it, so we don't think that there's anything wrong with it. But here I have really severe hormone issues, and I switched the soap that I use on my, I don't even use the soap when I go to a bathroom now. Like if I'm at the airport and the soap is like pink or blue or colorful, like I won't even use the soap. I will just wash my hands with water, and I will leave the bathroom feeling so much better than using the soap, because I know how horrible it is. Because what is, it's like 26 seconds, right, for something to go through your skin into your bloodstream.
Correct. Yep. And when it goes to your bloodstream, right, at least when you're eating, and if you're eating something that is not 100% clean or whatever, at least you have your liver, right? At least you have your digestive system to kind of do the filtering out for you. And then it goes into your bloodstream. When you're putting something on your body, and that's what a lot of my clients don't, they come to me with first the food, right? And then that's usually where everybody's journey starts, right? Everybody starts eating organic. But what people don't realize is that whatever you put on your body, on your skin, goes right into your bloodstream. There is no that buffer zone of your digestive system. It's right in there, 26 seconds, right? So it's kind of a scary thought when you think about it. And I myself did not realize it. I was just like my clients, right? I was like, I am on the, on the healthy living thing, right? This is my lifestyle and I'm elevating. But there's so much more to it than just food, right?
Totally.
So
totally.
yeah,
It's the whole gamut. And now more than ever with the 5G, with all these people getting this thing that we know is shedding, right? We are being hit with toxins all the time. And there's 160 plus toxins in your bathroom before you even leave your bedroom area and go into the rest of the house. So you can only imagine what it's like if you're using stuff like Windex, Clorox, like I don't know, Mr. Clean, whatever, like 409,
Lysol.
like I just think I'm thinking of the smell, and it's like just bothering me, like thinking about it. But I have a confession to make, that when COVID started, I was a licensed acupuncturist. I had a wellness center, and I always cleaned my office with essential oils. Like when I started learning about that, I stopped using chemicals. And I remember in my acupuncture group, like somebody was like, what are you guys using to clean your oils? And I must have not been thinking. And I wrote essential oils, and people were like, are you nuts? And I was like, oh my God, did I just write that like publicly, that I'm not using like some horrible sanitizer, whatever? And I just refused to do any of that stuff in my office. And I never once had one case of COVID come out of my office. And in fact, I had a bottle of Purell and a box of masks, because I went to my friend's house and they were like stockpiling them. So I was like, can I get a goodie bag on my way out? And they were like, why would you ever want a goodie bag? I'm like, because I just need to stage the stuff at my office in case anybody ever walks in. On the day that I was moving, I was like giving all that stuff away. So what kinds of things, like right now, people are like, okay, I'm watching this, and they're thinking I'm using natural products, right? Like that's what I thought that I was doing too. So how do people spot these things and what's bad for them in their households?
So that's a great question. So I think the important term to point out here is the term greenwashing. And in the health and wellness world, we use this terminology a lot. And what it means is that a brand is marketing itself, like Baby Organics, like I have some examples here, like the Albas, like the seventh generations, like these guys. Oh my God, Mrs. Liars. Just so bad. Methods, all these things, right? They're marketing themselves as better and natural, but in reality, they're not. They're marketing themselves that way with packaging, you know, putting a pretty flower, pretty leaf. They will put things like natural. They will put things like paraben free. There is 85,000 chemicals that are used in personal care products. Just because it's paraben free, just one chemical free out of 85,000, that does not make it clean, right? So it's very important to be aware that there's a lot of greenwash products out there. And people often ask me, how is that possible? Like, where is the government looking, right? Where is the FDA? Well, if you do a little bit of research, if you dig down a little bit, you'll realize that the last time any sort of bill that was passed regarding personal care product industry or cleaning product industry was in 1938.
Wow.
It's literally a one pager. It just blew my mind when I found out. How is that even possible? It hasn't been updated in over 80 years. Do you guys think it's time for an update? Like, seriously, right?
I mean, it's just like the Vaccine Act of 1986. It's like somebody needs to come in and update some of these things because we're living in a very different world right now. And these chemicals are what are everybody's problems. They say that 90% of cancers are environmental right now. So just think about that. It's like a lot of people think, oh, it's genetics. Oh, you know, I was doomed for this, but that's not the truth. And, you know, you see people who have like these miraculous cures, right? Like they were so sick and suddenly they got totally better. It's because they didn't go the medication route. They did the juice cleanse. They went for the infusions. They started doing all of the healthy things and they started removing the carcinogens from their lives. When I was cleaning out my my cabinets, we had this one toothpaste that I bought as an in-betweener when I was waiting to re-up my membership with the oil company. And I checked the ingredients and it had carrageenan in it. And I'm like, why would I ever want to brush my teeth with carrageenan? But the truth is that a lot of people watching this probably don't even know that carrageenan is a cancer-causing ingredient, right?
Correct.
So
So it's just, there's so much absolutely shameless greenwashing going on. And I'm going to say something also that's probably going to be, when I say this fact, when we do presentations, people's jaws just drop. So listen to this. With 85,000 chemicals that could be used in personal care products, a lot of them toxic chemicals, European Union outlaws, bans almost 1,400 chemicals. I mean, that's a lot, right? I mean, not a lot compared to 85,000, but it's something. If you had to take like the wildest guess, how many chemicals, toxic chemicals are banned in the United States from the use in personal care products? Just go ahead. You can type it in the comments. Just take a guess. You know, we'll wait while I
wait, because I know the answer to this question and your mind is going to be blown.
I had to sit down and I don't believe usually, like, I'm like, what do you mean? And I had to go and look it up myself. I'm like, this can't be, this is the United States of America. And I'm, as an immigrant, I have so much respect for this country. And I think, you know, this country is the absolute best country. I love it with all my heart. And to learn these things, I'm like, how is this possible? So now, do we have any comments? I can't see, but I'm going to tell you the number is 11. 11. I mean, that's insane, right? Like, how is that possible? 11 chemicals. So
that's nuts.
That is.
And that's what I talk about with the food too, right? It's like, if you go look at different companies like Kraft, Heinz, General Mills, they have an USA approved ingredient list, and then they have a European approved ingredient list, and they're vastly different. Yeah. I mean, vastly different. And you have to wonder, like, why are they allowing this here, but they're not allowing it there? We're supposed to be smarter, right? So if we're supposed to be smarter, like, why are we not that much smarter?
And it's so true. I have family. My sister lives in London, and when we go to visit once a year. We stay for about a month, and it's a great experience. But I noticed what a huge difference is in the same products. And she had like Heinz ketchup in her fridge, and I'm like, why would you use this? Like, you are aware. She's like, what's wrong with it? I said, did you take a look at the ingredients? Because I know in the US it's like this long, and it's got the corn syrup and like second ingredient in that ketchup. And she picks it up the bottle, and there's like 3 ingredients: tomato puree, salt, and vinegar. It's like, come on, you know? So such a huge difference, the same brands, but the things that they can get away with here to make their products cheaper. And the reason they use this garbage in these products is, one, it makes it so much cheaper because toxic chemicals, super cheap. And two, these things have no expiration dates. They will last forever. So
Right.
what they do, these big companies, they batch them. They will make thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of these at one time, and they put it somewhere, they pallet it and put it somewhere in the warehouse, and it's going to sit until God knows when, right? Until it's being ready to use. It's just cheap. It's just all about the money. It's just, you know, follow the dollar signs here.
And then it gets shipped to the Amazon warehouse where it now sits unregulated. And a lot of things that you're taking that are coming from Amazon are already spoiling and rotting. Like, if your cooking oils are not in glass bottles and they're not in dark bottles, if they're in plastic, chances are your cooking oils are rancid. If your probiotics are not in a glass bottle, and again, a dark glass bottle, if they're in a plastic bottle, when they're in the factory and they're not being regulated and the bottles heat up, they release a chemical that is now getting into your probiotics. So you're taking something thinking that you're doing something really good for your body, but in reality, you're actually hurting yourself. And then you're going from doctor to doctor to doctor trying to figure out what's wrong with you, but you're being poisoned by something that you're using on a regular basis. It's really
that is absolutely true. These things do add up. And people say, oh, you know, it's okay, it filters it out. I'll do detox. Detox is a great. But as we age, as we get older, it's harder and harder to detoxify our bodies, right? So the body burden does add up. It's cumulative, right? So when people come to me and they say, you know, I've been using this for 10 years and I'm fine. Well, maybe your body burden is here, but when it gets here, then the autoimmune disease shows up, cancer shows up, right? Alzheimer's shows up, all the things. Like Alzheimer's is on the rise, cancers are on the rise, autism is on the rise. Why? Like, you got to ask yourselves why. And they recently did a study. There's a clinical study out there where they tested babies' blood in the cord blood, right? Babies come pre-polluted. The test came back with like 200 toxic chemicals in the newborn baby that was just born, right? Because as mothers, as parents, right, we pass down our toxicity to our children. So it is so important to minimize the exposure wherever you can.
But what they say with a pregnant, they say that the best way to detox a woman is to get her pregnant, because the baby absorbs all the heavy metals that the mother is processing. And so, when you're pregnant, they tell you, like, don't eat sushi all the time, like, don't have cold cuts, right? But then if you're sick, they'll tell you that it's okay to take Robitussin, it's okay to take Tylenol, they'll tell you it's okay to clean with Windex, but all of this stuff is toxic chemical, and
you can't eat cheese, you know, I was
right.
Like,
and you're not supposed to be around honey, but it's like, honey is antibacterial. It's like all of these things have properties. They're teaching us not the right way. And I know that it's confusing. Like, why would you sit here and listen to these two girls? Well, I have to say that I think we look pretty fabulous. I don't have an ounce of makeup on. Do you have any makeup on right now? I don't think you have.
I have no makeup on.
Right.
I have mascara, but I don't know if you can see it.
Same. We have no makeup on right now. I've only been using these products for 2 weeks. My cleaning crew used the cleaning products the other day. My house smelled like a pure haven. I
Hmm.
mean, it was incredible. Like you can feel the difference. You can feel the difference. And tonight, if you're in New Jersey, you should actually come by. We are doing an in-person workshop in Paramus at Above and Beyond Cairo at Dr. Roger Sahori's office. Dr. Roger is an incredible speaker. He is a complete activator, and he's going to be talking about energetics and from the energetics from within. And for those of you that have been with me for a long time, you know that I'm all about the mind energetics and the connection between the mind and body. And what really got me interested in the skincare products is that they have pre and probiotics in it, right? So for years, I was preaching to everybody that they should be on a probiotic and, you know, take all these vitamins and blah, blah, blah to repair your gut and to cut the gluten, right? Like you always hear me say, you need 2 months to repair your gut microbiome, but it's the same thing with your face. The skin is the largest organ of the body. So it's the thing that gets hit first, right? Before your gut, your skin is going to take in the pathogens. So what if you were able to put a whole line of defense on your face before you even leave the house in the morning? I don't have my kit. This is the first live I'm not doing in my bathroom. But you get a 7-piece kit that each product has pre and probiotics in it. And you can literally feel like something happening to your skin. And this has been a little bit over 2 weeks now that I've been using the products. I am in love. It just makes you feel so clean. And prior to meeting Anna, I literally was like, I will never do face products, right? You saw my post the other day. I said, never say never, because I said I would never do face products. I go get facials enough. I just need my moisturizer. But hyaluronic acid and Beauty Boost, these are some of our best-selling products. It gives you that Botox tightening and that beautiful glow without needing to wear pounds and pounds of makeup.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I was the same way with the skincare. I switched all my household stuff was switched to Pure Haven. Everything for the kids, the toothpaste, the skincare was the last thing I tried because I was like, I just didn't have time. I was such a busy mom and I homeschool my kids and I run all these businesses and I'm doing the things, you know, by all these businesses. I mean, I help out in the family business with my husband. I help doing something with my parents, doing the things, right? Doing my health coaching.
You are doing many of things and don't discredit yourself. This woman is a secret agent, rock star, warrior, mom.
Thank you.
Does not
Thank
give
you.
herself enough credit. Yes.
Thank you.
We're going to talk about that at another time.
I am humbled. But I didn't have time for me. I did not prioritize skincare and my skin was not in the greatest shape. So I can tell you with confidence that my skin in my mid 40s now looks so much better than it did in my late 30s. It's just night and day. I was so freckled. I thought I would have to like resort to lasers at some point to get the brown spots off my face because it was so bad. I thought there was no other option for me. Look how much lighter and brighter my complexion is on these skincare products. I've been doing them for 2 years. And also what I like to point out is when I joined Pure Haven on the mission, you become kind of empowered and you're the face you represent, right? So it just gave me that push to start taking care of myself because now I'm like, I need to put the skincare on. I actually need to use it and make the whole 2 minutes of the time for myself because it is so, so important. It makes such a huge difference. And I hear it from moms all the time that they don't have time for self-care. And I urge you to, you know, just, you really deserve it. And your kids are watching you. And I was talking to my husband, who is so supportive, and he would always say, you should take time for yourself. I'm like, no, I have this to-do list. I got to go, 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 go. He's like, no, but you should take time for yourself. No, I can't. I got my kids, my this. And then he said, okay, I'm going to ask you to do this. Don't do self-care for yourself. This is not for you. Do it for the girls because they're watching you. Do you want them to grow up and be like, you know, like you feeling stressed and stretched out too thin? Or do you want them to see that they matter. And it's okay to take time for yourself, and it's okay to take care of you. And that just like gave me goosebumps. I'm like, oh my goodness, what kind of, while I'm giving my all to my children, what kind of example am I setting to my girls by not taking care of me?
Yeah.
Because I want them to take care of them, right? So, and it has changed. And now I have my 5 minutes here and 5 minutes there, and mommy does her yoga. And you know what? They're better off for it.
100%. 100%. I totally agree. Used to do the same way. When I started prioritizing me and I put yoga into my daily mix and I started meditating and I started, doing the things for myself, it was a total game changer in life for everybody. It's not just me, it affects everybody around me, and now with the products, I actually bought the skincare for my son. And it was a fluke that I decided to try it. Nothing ever happens by coincidence, right? But the first day I tried it, I loved the nighttime oil because I was in a hotel and I woke up with like this glow. And I'm like, what could actually happen if I used the product? And like Anna said, like, what if I became the face? And what I really love about my team and the girls that are joining on, the women, the goddesses, is that a lot of them are coming into this wanting to have their own story. Like there's women that are experiencing hair loss right now, hair loss post-COVID, hormonal hair loss. This is a big thing. We have products that can help with that. We have women who are dealing with rosacea, with eczema, with psoriasis, babies, children who have all kinds of health issues. If you're dealing with autism in your house, it's really important to clean up the environment in which you are living in. There was a time that I used to make fun of it and I'm like, oh, we're going to live in a bubble. But you know what? Like, you want to live in a bubble because every time you walk outside your door, you are coming in contact. I mean, they're spraying in the air. There's things called chemtrails. So next time you go outside, I want you to look up, and if you see what looks like an airplane exhaust, that is them spraying chemicals down on us. So it comes in here first, right? Into the pores of our nose, into the pores of our eyes, into our air system. So we want to be in somewhat of a bubble.
So yeah, I just want to say that it's not really a bubble, right? Because there are all these environmental stressors that you can't control, but almost like, I guess, a bubble of what you could control, right?
Yeah.
If you can control your exposure, control it. If somebody is, smoking cigarettes right next to you, don't stand right next to them, right? Just walk away. You can control that. You don't have to spray your house with this horrible, carcinogenic ingredients and neurotoxins. You don't have to inhale this and cause asthma and all sorts of issues to yourself and your children, your pets, right?
Totally.
You could make a choice to use a clean product. It's in your control. And also, I was so surprised how effective, how high performance these clean products are. That was, I really did not expect it. Yeah. Because a lot, and I hear that a lot from my clients, it's natural, but does it really work?
Right.
Well, I'm a living example of the skincare, at least for sure. My daughter is a living example of, the eczema solution. And I can tell you how many people I have helped. And it's so rewarding. Yes, the money is great with this company. The business opportunity is amazing. I love the time freedom. I am so busy, and I take my girls and we drive around. We have all the activities. When they're dancing, I'm watching the dance and I'm working on my phone, watching the dance, working on my phone. So easy. You can work in the pockets of time. So the money is great. The time freedom is amazing. But for me, what makes a huge difference is being able to help people, because you guys, it feels so good when a mom sends you a picture of her daughter's eczema really bad on her face, that this child doesn't want to take a mask off, right? She's been wearing a mask in school. Now she doesn't have to, but she doesn't want to take it off because kids are going to make fun of her. And she's really worried and scared, and this child is crying. And the mom is asking me, is there anything you can do? Can you help me? Can you recommend something? And then we have this conversation. I recommend these products that worked for my daughter. I recommend them to her. 2 weeks later, this child is smiling. She's sending me pictures of nothing on her face.
Yeah.
So things like this, when you make a difference in people's lives and you send out this amazing positive energy, you send out light into the universe. It just feels so good, you guys. I don't know if everybody resonates with me on this level, but for me, it just makes all the difference in the world.
I definitely resonate on that level, and I agree. It's what little can we do every day to make our lives a little bit better, and cleaning up your home and your products is a huge step in the game, and cleaning up the food that you eat, learning about the ingredients that you need to look for in order to know. If you don't know what it means, chances are it shouldn't be on your body. Right? Like that is like the best rule of thumb. If it's got more than 5 ingredients in it, you have to take a look and see what's going on in here, right? Because it's just not necessary. Like all of the stuff that we're using, this has been decade after decade after decade of them just allowing us to do things based off of laws that were created in the 1930s. So now, hopefully there's like a little bit of an eye opening that, you know, what we're being told and taught every day is not really what it is.
Right.
So if you are interested in cleaning up your home, the company is doing a non-toxic swap right now, hashtag non-toxic swap. We want you to go into your cabinets and we want you to start looking around and seeing what can we swap out for something better. And if you need help with this, I want you to reach out to me. If you were invited to this live by a different consultant, reach out to them, have a conversation with them, let them help you. There are consultants that are willing to come to your house and to actually do the switch with you right at home. So that's a cool added service for you. But there's different packages that you can get. The face line, the whole face system is $199. And right now, if you purchase that, there's a 20% off coupon for participating in the non-toxic swap. So that comes down to $160 for 7 items. Anna, what's the average eye cream price?
Oh my God. Well, the average department store eye cream is probably around $90 or maybe more. Right.
For
but
one item, that's not
for one item, right? That's full of like red poison and carcinogens. And I have to tell you that I am guilty myself of, you know, indulging in, used to be back in the day, 20 years ago, when I would go and what can I buy myself or my mom for her birthday? And I would go and I would buy this brand. I don't know if anybody is familiar with this brand. Can you guys see it? My camera is kind of off. Let me get closer. No, out.
We'll
No.
post the
Okay, here.
picture of it. Oh,
you got it, right? It's called Lemire. I can put a picture of it. Lemire. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's a really famous French brand. It is so toxic, you guys. This little thing, half an ounce, costs $360.
That's nuts.
That is crazy. And you would buy it and they would like tell you, they would package it nicely and put a little bow on it. You spend $360 on this. This is going to last you, I don't know, maybe a month and a little bit. And you're poisoning yourself. It literally has dimethicone, which is terrible. It's got the BHTs, it's got the PEGs, it's got fragrance. And that's a whole other story. We can talk about fragrance on a different webinar. Yeah. But things are so brainwashed and greenwashed. But the thing about the pricing for the Pure Haven skincare is that the whole set will last you 4 to 5 months.
Wow.
Right? It lasts you a long time. The eye cream lasts me longer because I only use it around here. I know some people go, you know, all over, happy with the all over the face. Yeah.
That is I.
Guilty is charged, right? But our skincare is so well priced. I personally think that it should be more expensive just in comparison. But our, you know, the CEO's integrity and just the company, the way they are, they charge what they need to. They're not gonna overprice the consumer. So, and we also don't have, the reason it's so reasonably priced, we don't have to worry about advertising, right? It's just grassroots, and it's women like you and I that are getting this information out to people. So they're not paying for advertising. They don't have a sales force, right? They don't need to pay for shelf space. Shelf space in Whole Foods is so expensive, or like other stores, department stores. So we're able to bring this direct to the consumer without the harmful preservatives. So everything is manufactured fresh in small batches in our USDA organic certified facility in Rhode Island. All the ingredients are sourced in the US as well. Everything is lab tested, third-party tested, full disclosure, all ingredients, beautiful, organic, very high quality, high performance ingredients. And that gets to you, that's manufactured, and it gets right to you, right? So you have it, they ship it, you have it in 2-3 days. So the price is really, it's a no-brainer, right? For $150 right now, but you also get, as a new customer, you'll get a $20 gift certificate as well.
And a free shave gel. So
and free shave gel. Yep.
You get 8. Yep, you get 8 items for $160 plus a $20 credit. And then if you're interested in the products, there's the everyday kit. The everyday kit is a shampoo, conditioner, soap, toothpaste. The comfort oil comes in there, a chapstick comes in there,
bar soap,
laundry detergent, bar soap. So you get a little bit of everything. You get a taste of all the different products. And then there's a baby line, there's a pet line, there's sunscreen. So there's definitely all kinds of products. We will be doing webinars from here on out on, you know, people don't realize, they're just like, oh, let me just spray the sunscreen on. It's just so easy. But sunscreen is actually linked to autism. People have no idea that the ingredients and the things that they're using are just so bad for your health. And then even if you're not the only one, like let's say you're working at a camp and you're inhaling like all these kids, different kinds of stuff, it's so, so bad for you. And we need to start sharing this with people because everybody knows that nutrition chart that they teach you in the 3rd grade. And we are far from drinking 8 glasses of milk a day and 6 grains. And remember that nutrition chart? And so we are living proof. There is a Facebook group called Pure Stories if you're interested in going and seeing real live testimonials of customers who are using the products. And we're actually hosting a party right now. Our team is hosting a big party on Facebook. So if you like to win prizes and you want to learn more, reach out. We will add you into the Facebook group. Lots of my girls have been winning cash cards this week. So that's been so fun. And I've won a bunch of the grapefruit products. If you love grapefruit, we have a limited edition grapefruit line that is going to run out at the end of the month, right? So we have a
end of the month, it's gone. And the offer for 20% is gone at end of the month. The $20 gift certificate is gone end of the month. So you really have just a few days left to take advantage.
Yep.
And our skincare never goes on sale, never. So it's a great time to grab it.
So if this sounds interesting to you and you want to hear about being on the team as well, there's an incredible new consultant special. If you want to switch over your entire home and you want to use this as a wholesale club membership, you can do that as well. As consultants, we get a 30% discount, or we can make up to 35% in commission. So it's like almost buying it at wholesale prices, right? As a licensed acupuncturist, I could buy from wholesalers and then I would normally mark up 100%. Right? So I would make 50% on my sticker price. So here you're making 30 to 35% and you never have to hold products in your hand. So it's like a no-brainer. You have a link. It's so easy to do. Like Anna said, you could do it at dance practice. You could do it from wherever you are. And we're having a great time doing it. And we have a really fun team and we're going to do lots of team building. So come join us. And for anybody that signs up today or makes a purchase today, I will mail you any one of my 3 books that you want to choose. So pick a book.
I'm going to repurchase.
Even if you've had a book before, pick a book, any one of the 3, and I will autograph it, mail it out to you.
Oh, that's an awesome offer. All right. I'm excited to meet new team members and for more people to try our products.
Totally. And if you have any questions, drop them here below. If you signed on late and you're coming in on the replay, say hello. Let us know that you were here. If you have any questions, reach out. And if you're in the New Jersey area, come visit with us tonight in Paramus for our energy event for Better, Faster Results series with Dr. Roger Sahori. Have the best day ever. Thank you, Anna.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.